You know, we're here talking about basketball. And this young man behind me, Randy Livingston, introduced me to Coach Dale Brown. And the first thing Coach said to me was, Derek, basketball is only a vehicle. This is about changing people's lives. And immediately, I knew that this man was going to not only change people's lives, but have an impact on the world. I don't know if you know his history and what he's done outside of basketball. The Dale Brown Foundation is all self-funded, has never taken a dollar for himself, and has given 100% of his proceeds away. Coach Brown has not only impacted families and communities across Louisiana, but across the country, doing tons of work in the Native American community, to the point where they've given him a native name, Walking Brave. Dale Brown has impacted not only the game, but he's changed opportunities for some of us sitting in the room. He has stood up for things that we need to go back to stand up for. Principles, our moral compass, integrity, accountability, discipline. He stood up against a machine to challenge people to be better. And for that, the people behind me, the people who are here, need to understand that Dale Brown is a man that is a leader and should be followed. It is with great honor that Stand Up America, in partnership with the NBA Retired Players Association, National PAL, there's so many people behind you right now, it's unbelievable. We want to give you an award. This is the Dale Brown Leadership Award. We specifically built this award because we wanted you to know that you haven't just impacted basketball, you've impacted the world, Coach.
Chris Hill, League, the Police Athletic League. Chris Hill, come on up real quickly. Say a word or two before we turn the mic over to the master.
I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight and thank Coach Brown. I've never met Coach Brown since tonight, but I feel like I've known him my entire life because of the gentlemen standing behind me all made sure that I understood how important Coach Brown has been to everybody in the room. We have been touching the lives of kids with the NBRPA in all the major cities, and we're going to continue to do that again this year with the NBRPA and the National Urban League. And we're touching lives as Coach Brown has done, and we want to thank him for all he's done. Thank you very much.
And now, always a friend to the media, Mr. Dale Brown.
May I put you all at ease immediately? The worst thing is to have an evening that goes on and on and on. When I got the job at LSU in 1972, I went to the Masters, John Wooden. And I said, if I ever get successful, I'm obviously going to have an opportunity to speak to people. Didn't have a lot of opportunity to speak to people on the prairies of North Dakota. There wasn't anybody there. So I said, Coach Wooden, what's the secret to a good speech? He said, the 3 S's. Always be sincere, be simple, and be seated as quickly as possible. And that's what I'm going to do. First of all, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks is a simple one-syllable word. But when used in meaning and expression, there is no word stronger. There's no way anybody would know about me if it wouldn't be some pioneers here. If I go back and I look at LSU, I had no concept of what I was getting in. The last actual bastion of racism, all the numbers of players around this country, and I see some that went on to other universities, played in the NBA in Louisiana, and LSU didn't have the guts to recruit them. When I came to town, I came for an interview. I'd never interviewed for a head job. I was a high school coach and a college assistant coach. I got in this room with the 3 Southern gentlemen. The first guy asked me, Coach Dale Brown, he had a Southern draw, he said, what would you do any different at LSU? We've never been able to have consistent. What would you do different if we hired you? Why should you be the man we hire? I said, I'm not sure I should be the man you should hire. I said, no one's asked my philosophy, so I'll give it to you now. If you recruit me to come here as a coach, which I'd love to have this job, I can tell you that I may have an all-black team, I may have an all-white team, I may have an all-foreign team, because I'm going to recruit human beings first and basketball players second. Got in the car, went to Alexandria, Louisiana, no cell phones, called my wife back at Washington State, went into a drugstore and used a phone. And I told her what happened. She said, Dale. A kamikaze pilot in the Japanese Air Force got a hell of a lot better chance of getting that job than you do. However, things turn. I looked at some history in here that I bet you most people don't know. Let's just take a paramount example of greatness. Pete Maravich, no shot clock, no three-point line. 44.2 points a game. So let's use an analogy. Say you have a son or a daughter. Go beat Pete's record. All you have to do is go to school for 4 years and score 15 three-pointers every game you play. You'll break his record by 0.8 of a point. There's some history here with Nate Williams. There's only one team in the history of NBA that 3 players in one game had 40 points. Nate Williams, Truck Robinson, and Pistol Pete Maravich. None of you would know me. There's a young man up here from Louisville, Kentucky. Kentucky and Louisville, beacon lights of basketball. He was an All-American. LSU had never recruited a predominant or a black All-American ever. For him showing up on our campus turned it around. Randy Livingston, high school player of the year. I can go on and on and on. Marvin Roberts. How do you get a guy to Bedford Stuyvesant? And it's very, very simple. I have a mother, no father. And I remember growing up, she would always teach me about treating people correctly. And after 44 years of coaching, it's obvious to me that players really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I loved all of them, and thank you for this wonderful award.